When the system realizes you're lying, how a routine traffic stop turns into an arrest.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm Sergeant Hefner at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. The reason I'm stopping is your high mounted brake lamp is burnt out. I don't think
what is?
Your high mounted brake lamp?
The one on the window?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Okay. Where are you headed?
I'm trying to find where's 322 to Superior.
Is it like a business or?
My friend lives there, so I've not been to her house yet. So if I was, we're right behind me, and I didn't want to like keep hitting the brakes like to try to look. So that's why I was.
Oh. Late to go visit a friend, yeah?
She's got cat litter and cat food, and I have mittens right now, and Mama needs some cat food. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a driver's license?
I do not have a driver's license on me. I have an information for you. So.
Is this car yours?
This is my sister's.
Okay. So you don't have a debit card with your name on it or anything like that? You have nothing with your name on it?
Just cash. No.
Okay. What I'll have you do, okay, I'll have you unbuckle your seatbelt. I'll identify you, but I'll have you out of the car to do that.
It's midnight in a rural part of the United States. 1 minute, you're driving down a quiet, empty road. The next, red and blue lights flash behind you. Nothing dramatic, at least not at first. Your high-mounted brake light is out. That's it. A minor equipment violation that tens of thousands of drivers across America get pulled over for every single day. But right here, nothing is normal anymore. From this moment on, everything begins sliding toward an outcome no one wants. Total trouble.
So this is your sister's car, yeah?
Yeah, well,
how long have you been borrowing it?
Not blood sister, but
friend, sister, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your first name?
Heather.
Middle initial?
M.
Last name?
B-E-A-H-M.
Birthday?
June 1st, 1983.
I had to think about it for a second.
I did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
What's your address? Tall are you?
How tall am I?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. 5, very short. I don't have good shoes on.
5'4", 5'5"?
I have no idea. I don't pay attention really.
Okay. What's your friend's name that you're going to go visit?
Jessica.
Jessica what?
Honestly, I don't know her by her last name. She goes by her boyfriend's last name, but they're not married yet. Bollinger, I think is his last name, is how you say it.
You said you're traveling at 1 in the morning on Saturday to pick up cat litter from this woman?
Cat food, yeah. I met her through church. So.
You're in Boston, though?
Huh?
You're in Boston? You live in Boston?
I stay in Boston right now.
What's your address that you stay at in Boston?
514 Grove Street.
Okay.
Which is where the car should be registered to, because my sister's name is Michelle Sanders.
With no way back. This isn't an action movie. There's no chase, no guns. It starts as a lawful, by-the-book traffic stop. The kind every patrol officer is trained to conduct repeatedly throughout their career. But it ends in an arrest. Not because of the broken brake light, but because of a chain of lies, conflicting statements, and an outstanding warrant quietly waiting in the background. We're going to break this down the American way, direct, logical, and realistic, because what follows exposes a core truth. When police authority collides with personal choices, consequences can arrive fast. In the United States, police do not need some major suspicion to pull you over. Reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation is enough. A broken brake light? That's enough.
All right, when I tell you on my PA, I'll have you turn and face me, pull up a photo.
Okay.
Obviously asking about drugs. What do you think I do for a living?
Well,
Hence the dog. So it's just some of the stuff and what I'm picking up on. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I'm not trying to give you a hard time. It's just my job is to ask these questions and figure out if anything nefarious is going on.
Gotcha.
So it's very, very, very abnormal for an individual not to have anything with their name on it, not to have a license,
well, I just lost
identification
my stuff.
card, debit card, library card, anything with their name on it. We're driving around at this time of night, right? So that's part of the reason you're going to be standing right here is because I want to identify you. I need to identify you before I can go forward with any further action on the traffic stop, and I'm going to look at you right there. Okay. So.
That's all right.
This has been clearly affirmed by the U.S. Supreme Court in the landmark case Wren v. United States, a unanimous decision confirming that any traffic violation allows police to initiate a stop under the Fourth Amendment. This matters, and many Americans ignore it. They think you have to be speeding wildly or doing something extreme to get pulled over. No. A minor equipment issue, a faded license plate, a broken light, all of it is legally sufficient. In other words, from the very first moment, the officer was acting within the law. The officer approaches the vehicle. The woman does not have her driver's license with her. This is not uncommon, and by itself, it is not a crime. But once the officer asks follow-up questions, everything begins to drift off course.
So, I will ask you this one more time, okay? This will be your only opportunity. If you do lie, right, and it is, obviously I'm going to go forward with investigating, and it's not you, I'm going to charge you. You're going to go to jail, okay? So, here's the deal. And let me just show you a picture, just so you know.
Okay. I mean, you can see my roots. Can you not?
Does that look like the lady that we're standing there looking at? Does that look like you? It does
Oh
not.
my God, that's a horrible picture.
That's not you. So, you have a person there, okay? You're a little bit evasive on the narcotics questions. Your itinerary and travel, right? All right, I think there's more going on, but I think maybe that you think you might have a warrant and you don't want to go to jail for that. So I'm going to ask you this one more time. What is your legal name, your full name on your driver's license in the state of Wisconsin? It's your one opportunity.
I told you that. And my hair, like, it's a bad picture, but I have dyed my hair.
So if I bring the fingerprint scanner, it's going to show your name with your fingerprints as Heather B.
Why wouldn't it? Like,
That's not who's in the DOT photo. When did you last have a DOT photo taken? Tell me that.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Quite a few years, but
Quite a few years?
it's got to be at least a couple.
All right.
He asks, "Is the car yours? Do you have any identification with your name on it? Anything at all?" The answers are a mess. The car belongs to her sister. She has no bank card with her name on it. She has never had a debit card. She just lost her wallet. She can't recall even basic personal information. Pause for a moment and think about that. In America, everyone knows this. When you're pulled over, you present identification. This is taught from the very beginning of driver's education. The officer wasn't being difficult. He was trying to confirm her identity so the stop could proceed. But instead of clarity, he received evasion. And here is the critical point in the American justice system. If you lie to police about your identity, they immediately suspect you are hiding something serious. Why? Because in many states, giving your true identity is not merely courtesy. It is a legal obligation once reasonable suspicion exists during a lawful stop. When someone fabricates information, officers are trained to escalate scrutiny because deception is often linked to avoiding warrants, skipping court, or concealing other violations. Every inconsistency, name, address, travel details, increases suspicion. Not because she lacked a license, but because nothing she said could be verified. And from this point on, a broken brake light becomes a real investigation. In the video, one thing is clear. The officer tries to give her a chance. He shows her the DOT photo. He explains that her information does not match official records. He tells her directly that continuing could result in charges for providing false identification to law enforcement, a serious offense in many states. Legally speaking, this was a clear warning. This was her final opportunity to tell the truth. Not only do her statements fail to line up, but the officer also discovers an active warrant. To any American lawyer or judge, a warrant is a marker for someone who has failed to comply with court obligations, missing court dates, unpaid fines, or violated legal conditions. At this point, the issue is no longer the brake light. It is accountability under the law. One thing Americans must understand clearly: once a warrant is confirmed, police have the authority to arrest on the spot. This is not arbitrary power. It is how the system ensures that the law actually functions, not just exists on paper, but the final blow has not landed yet. During subsequent processing, police conduct a search, entirely lawful given the sequence of events: false identification, an active warrant, and reasonable suspicion. The result? A large quantity of cocaine is found in her bag. At this point, this is no longer about embarrassment or bad luck. It is the consequence of a series of poor decisions: a traffic violation, failure to present identification, lying about identity, prior legal trouble, and possession of illegal drugs. Step by step, those choices stack up until the system does exactly what it is designed to do: identify, detain, and prosecute. And that broken brake light from the beginning? By now, it is completely irrelevant. What does this say about police authority and personal responsibility? This is a hard truth many Americans struggle to accept. Traffic stops are lawful, common, and powerful enforcement tools. You may not like them. You may disagree with how they are carried out. But the legal foundation is undeniable. And the second truth, even more bitter: lying to police never makes things easier. Almost always, it makes things worse, especially if you actually have something to hide. Many people think, just keep talking. The cop will get tired and let me go. No, that is not how the American system works. This video exists because modern American police wear body cameras, a policy widely adopted over the past decade to increase transparency and accountability. But social media has turned these recordings into something else: viral content. Tools meant to protect both police and civilians have become a public stage where arrests, confrontations, and personal failures are dissected by millions. This shapes how Americans view the justice system. Some see oppression, some see order being restored, most see public humiliation. But the law itself does not change. In summary, you have rights, but you also have obligations. Traffic stops are lawful. Lying creates trouble. And when the system uncovers additional violations, you will be detained. That is how America works. Ignore it, and you are left with consequences. One of the biggest shocks for many Americans is this: the justice system does not operate on emotion. The officer in the video does not care about her painful past. He does not care about abusive relationships, addiction, or hard circumstances. He looks only at legal facts. You lied about your identity. You have a warrant. You are carrying illegal substances. In the eyes of the system, that is enough. No tragedy required. No tears needed. This angers many Americans, but it is also what keeps the system from collapsing. If officers weighed emotion on every night shift, the law would cease to be law and become discretionary sympathy. One of the most common mistakes Americans make during traffic stops is underestimating the consequences of lying. Many think, just say a name, tell a story, and it'll pass. In reality, lying about identity is the strongest trigger for police suspicion. It signals a warrant, evading court, or possession of something you don't want discovered. In this case, the officer gave a final chance. He said clearly, "If you lie one more time, you will be arrested." That was not a threat. It was procedure. And once that chance was discarded, the system shut the door immediately. There is a reason body cam videos like this spread so widely in America. They strike a deep fear among working-class people and those with legal histories. Many Americans live with unpaid tickets, missed court dates, messy paperwork, unstable lives. For them, a traffic stop is no longer minor. It is a risk of having their entire past exposed. And this video shows exactly that. Police did not dig. You brought your past with you. Every time you got behind the wheel. Once cocaine was found, all moral debate ended. In the US, drugs are not treated as personal mistakes in law enforcement. They are considered a community threat. And when combined with false identification, unresolved warrants, there is no room left for negotiation. Many feel anger when she talks about abuse, coercion, and trauma. But American law operates on a brutal yet clear principle. Circumstances may be considered by a court, but they never erase actions. Body cams, transparency, or public shaming. One of modern America's biggest contradictions is this. Body cams were created to protect citizens, but social media turned them into public humiliation stages. Millions watch, comment, mock. The person involved, right or wrong, is frozen in the worst moment of their life. This leads many Americans to ask, has justice become entertainment? Yet from another angle, body cams also protect officers from false accusations and show clearly who pushed the situation beyond control. If you are an ordinary American citizen, these lessons matter. Never lie about your identity. If you have a warrant, resolve it before driving. Never assume it's just a minor issue. And never believe police will understand once the system confirms violations. The system does not operate on kindness. It operates on data and procedure. Where is the real moment she knew she was done? Many think it was when she was handcuffed. That's wrong. It was when the officer gave a final chance, and she lied again. At that moment, the outcome was sealed. Handcuffs were just the final formality. This video is not meant to glorify police, nor is it meant to shame the woman. It is a cold reminder. In America, you have rights, but if you abuse those rights by lying, the system will crush you without hesitation. Not out of cruelty, but because without that firmness, the law would lose its power. What weighs on me most is not that the woman was arrested, but how many Americans still fool themselves about how the legal system works. Many believe that smooth talking, sympathy stories, or quick lies can get them through a traffic stop. This video exposes a harsh truth. The American justice system runs on data, procedure, and personal responsibility, not empathy. I do not deny that the woman may be a victim of abuse, addiction, or toxic relationships. Those realities matter, and society should address them. But you cannot bargain with the law on the roadside. Police are not therapists, and they are not judges. They are law enforcement, tasked with verification, control, and public safety. I also see something else clearly. The defining moment of her fate was not the drugs. It was the lie. Had she told the truth from the beginning, the outcome might have been different. Once you lie about your identity, you place yourself in the system's highest risk category. From that moment on, every door closes. Many Americans accuse police of being too rigid. But reverse the question. If police ignored lies, ignored warrants, ignored drugs, who would bear responsibility when the system failed society? Ultimately, this video does not teach us how to deal with police. It teaches a simple, painful lesson. In America, honesty does not guarantee mercy, but dishonesty almost guarantees destruction. If this story made you rethink how the American legal system works, remember this: small choices can lead to massive consequences. Thank you for watching until the end. If you want more direct, unfiltered analysis of life, law, and society in America, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. We don't tell stories to shock. We tell stories so you understand reality. See you in the next
If I
video.
bring the fingerprint scanner, it's going to say your name with your fingerprints is Heather B.
Why wouldn't it? Like,
That's not who's in the DOT photo. When did you last have a DOT photo taken? Tell me that.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Quite a few years, but
Quite a few years?